Uber has just announced a fuel surcharge for drivers and couriers. We're going to talk about exactly what that means right now. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the RideShare Guy. And we have breaking news coming from Uber talking about fuel surcharges and how it's going to impact both customers and riders, how it's going to impact drivers and couriers, and what we're looking at as to how much the fuel surcharge is, a breakdown of exactly how much is going to the driver, and what it's going to look like for the foreseeable future. So let's get right into it. So Uber just released this blog talking about fuel surcharges. So they are going to be rolling out temporary fuel surcharges to support drivers and couriers. And here's a kicker, 100% of the surcharge is going to go directly to drivers and couriers. So that means whatever they are going to charge the rider, 100% goes to you as the driver. Now, if you're a customer, you might be wondering, how much am I getting charged? And if you're a driver, you might be wondering, how much am I going to get? So we're going to go over that right now. And according to Uber, ride customers are going to pay a surcharge of either 45 cents or 55 cents on each Uber trip. Each customers are going to pay either 35 cents or 45 cents on each Uber Eats order. So it is separate and different between Uber Eats and Uber as a ride-sharing platform, but it is going to be about 35 to 45 cents for Uber Eats and 45 to 55 cents for Uber for rides. And this is on each and every single ride and order. Now, the 35 cents or 45 cents for Uber Eats and the 45 cents or 55 cents for Uber is going to be determined on location. Each location will have its own. So if you drive in multiple cities, you might see a little bit different when it comes to what the surcharge actually is. But if you are in a particular market and you stay in that market, that's pretty much what you're going to see for each Uber Eats order and Uber ride when it comes for a rideshare. Now, the surcharge itself is temporary, and what they say is it will happen for the next 60 days, but they are going to continue monitor gas prices and may make additional changes. So if the price of gas continues to skyrocket as it is, well, they might tweak that where instead of it being a lower amount, they might up it a little bit. So they are going to be continually monitoring this. And Uber did go on to say, the surcharge amount will vary city by city depending on average trip distance and local gas price increases. Now, there is one thing to note. This is going on everywhere except for one place, and that is New York City. And according to Uber, it says trips that start in New York City and orders that are delivered to customers in the New York City area are excluded. On March 1st, drivers in New York City received a 5.3 increase to the city's mandated minimum earnings standard, which accounts for the increased operating costs, and the vast majority of New York City delivery workers use bicycles, not cars. So anybody driving in New York City or dropping off food in New York City, you won't be seeing that surcharge because your earnings have already gone up. Now, one thing Uber did say that they are going to be doing is listening to your feedback. So make sure you give your feedback on what you think. Now, again, this is just for Uber. We have not heard anything from Lyft regarding any changes to fuel surcharges or rates or anything. So if we hear anything coming from Lyft, we will let you know. Same thing for any updates because they are going to be monitoring this situation and gas prices during this time of the 60 days. So if gas prices do continue to rise, the fuel surcharge may also change depending on how these fuel prices are going. So if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do because we will continue to update you with the most up-to-date information that we have. And again, give us your feedback on what you think about these fuel surcharges and the rising price of gas. Comment below, let us know. And as always, drive safe.